In an effort to improve my iron game and creativity on the golf course, I played 9 holes from the red tees with 5 irons and a putter. Here are holes 6, 7, and 8 from this round. This is hole number 6 of the Royal course at the Blainvilliers Golf Club. It's a par 4 that plays 280 yards from the red tees. The entire left side is lined with houses and white stakes, so a tee shot favoring the right-hand side is recommended. The green is slightly elevated and heavily undulated, a common feature of most of the greens on this course. A decent tee shot should leave me with a short distance to the green, so a great opportunity to work on my wedge game. Let's see how I do. My long irons have been a bit of a struggle recently, which is one of the main reasons I wanted to take on this irons-only challenge. I made a few changes on the range to help improve the foundation of my golf swing. Let's see how I do with a 4-iron off the tee. I hit that beautifully, and I seem to be pretty close to the green. I have 60 yards left to a front pin, and I'm using my 54-degree wedge. This is the type of shot I used to avoid, preferring to have a full swing with my wedges. Another reason why I'm taking on this challenge is to turn my weaknesses into strengths. Since I have a 54-degree, I opened up the club face, but came in a bit too steep and pushed it to the right. Not bad for distance, but I want to work on creating a better ball flight and getting more spin on these shots. I left it a few feet short and off the green, but with the pin being only a few yards onto the green, putter is definitely the smarter play here. That was a decent putt, leaving me with 2 feet left for par. Not bad, but I want to get more precise with those wedge shots. This is hole number 7. It's a par 3 that plays 132 yards from the red tees. As you can see, all of the treble is to the left, and there's a significant level change between the front and back parts of the green. I would normally tend to favor the right side from the back tees, but from this yardage, I should be able to be a little more aggressive. Today's pin is in the front and is playing 122 yards. This would normally be a perfect gap wedge for me, but since my club options are a 54-degree wedge and a pitching wedge, and there's some decent wind to my back, I decide to step on a back foot 54-degree wedge to avoid going too long. Looks like the ball landed on the front of the green and took one bounce to finish up near the pin. Great shot. This worked out really well, but left me with a slippery left to right 3-foot putt that could easily roll 5 feet by if I'm not careful. I tried to drip it in but did not start it left enough. Tap-in pars are never bad, but definitely feels like a missed opportunity for birdie. This is hole number 8, a par 5 that plays 372 yards from the red tees. Obviously a par 4 distance, even with an iron off the tee, but the goal here is to have fun and score low, so let's respect what the scorecard says. From this yardage, the water on the right is definitely in play, so a shot toward the left side of the fairway is best. The opposite is true for the approach shot, with trouble to the left of the green. Four-iron in hand for this tee shot, aiming toward the left side of the fairway to avoid the water. I hit a great shot with this club on number 6. Let's see if I can do it again. That was not a great swing. This is actually what I needed to address with my long irons, my tendency to pull them to the left. Now let's go find my ball. Got lucky here and found my ball in the woods. My only option is to punch it out through this gap in the trees. You can't see it, but there's a tiny little plant right behind the ball, so I have to take my club back to the outside to avoid it. Okay, successfully punched it out. I find it so important to really focus on these little shots since missing them can completely mess up your hole. Okay, left myself with 182 yards to a middle flag. I'm going to need a decent shot if I want to make par on this short par 5. I have a 6-iron in hand and the plan is to aim middle right to take the trouble to the left out of play. Pushed it a little bit right, but that was a really decent swing. Looks like I'm just off the green, but I should have a putt at it. Left myself with a lengthy birdie putt about 35 feet. I'm fighting to not make bogey here, so my focus is on speed and leaving it in a 3-foot circle around the hole for a decent shot at par. Bit of a weird follow through there and ended up pushing it right, but the speed was decent. A little bit outside of my 3-foot circle. In for par. So that's even par for 3 holes with 6 clubs from the red tees. This challenge helped me to hit more long iron shots, be more creative on the golf course, and playing on camera helped me deal with extra pressure, all of which are a step in the right direction. Peace.